Hey guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. This one's for October 9th, 2013. And I have to tell you, this is the fourth time I'm trying to do this video, and I'm not doing it again. First time the phone rang. Second time my guinea pig started squeaking bloody murder, apparently because he wanted more carrots and lettuce. And the third time my vid memory card filled up. So this is the fourth go at it, and I'm not doing it again. I'm not. So, you know, if it sucks, all apologies. Anyway, well, I don't really have a whole lot going on this week brew-wise. In fact, I haven't brewed anything. I've just been tending to the 2 5-gallon batches I brewed last week. My all grain, which is probably going to be like an American IPA. I'm thinking that I let sit in the primary fermenter for 7 days. I racked it into a secondary, and I left it sit there for 5 days, and it cleared out nicely. I was actually surprised. I've done lots of all grain batches, but this time I actually tried to use Irish moss, or more specifically a Warflock tablet, and I let it sit in the secondary, and it just cleared up, I mean, beautifully. The next all grain that I do, I will take Tony Yates' advice, and I will cold crash it, and see how clear it is. Maybe I'll use the gelatin, although I've got the 2-part clearing agents, the chitosil and the chitosan and the keosil or something like that. Anyway, the all grain I kegged 2 days ago and threw it down in my refrigerator, and this afternoon I decided to force carb it, and it's currently sitting under 12 psi of pressure, where it will sit there for the next 2 days. And when my brother comes over, and we'll have a sample and see if it's undercarbonated, overcarbonated. Well, you guys know how it goes. Honestly, I found out getting the right amount of carbonation in a keg is a lot harder for me than when I used to bottle. When I bottled, it was easy peasy. I like beers that are soda pop fizzy, even the beer types that really shouldn't be that fizzy, but it's a personal taste. So all I did was I just dumped I dissolved a full cup of corn sugar, mixed it in to the 5-gallon batch to batch prime it, and then I bottled all my beer, and 3 weeks later the carbonation was perfect. But I'm just having trouble finding that sweet spot, so to speak, with my kegs. Actually, the first trouble I had was not being able to keep my beer cold. Up until I got the refrigerator out in the Drunken Bastard bar recently, I had no place to put my beer. So it sat at room temperature, and usually what I did was, if I wanted to drink it that night, I cranked the regulator up to 40 psi, I'd force carb it, I'd let it sit for 3 or 4 hours to settle down, because it gets real foamy, and then I just drink it room temperature. So having the refrigerator is a huge learning curve for me. I know they got charts on the internet, like if you want 2.2 something amount of CO2 to set your regulator at X, Y, and Z psi. So it's going to take a little while till I find that sweet spot, but when I do, I'll let you guys know. The Muntins Mexican Cerveza kit, well, that's still fermenting. I think I'm going to leave that in the keg, or the fermenter for 5, maybe 6 days, just to ensure fermentation is complete, and let the bulk of the stuff drop out of it. Maybe I'll use the clearing agents that I have to make it crystal clear. So since it's a kit, I'm not going to go through the hassle or the time to cold crash it. I mean, it's just a kit. I definitely do that for all grain though, since you're hand picking the grains, you're crushing the grains, and I mean, honestly, if it takes 6 hours to make, well, you know, it's gonna have your undivided attention anyway. A couple of other things I got going on this week. I got as a gift a 6-pack of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Wonderful beer. Absolutely wonderful. I've never had it before. And I mean, I was hooked from the very first bottle. And my only regret is I didn't save one bottle to do a beer review. Although I'm sure if you're watching this video, more often than not you've had a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale or a homebrew clone, right, which is just as good. But since the the beer is bottle carbonated, I stole the yeast out of those 6 bottles that I drank, and I made like a mini starter to grow the yeast. And later tonight I'm going to throw that into a a standard size starter, and I'm going to grow that, and I'm going to stick it in my refrigerator. And I think the next all grain beer I'm going to do is a pale ale. I've been drinking a lot of pale ales recently. Not, you know, because it's that time of year or anything. It's just because the specialty craft beer store that I go to, that's like amounted to about 90% of the beers that they happen to have on the shelf when I walked in to buy something. A few weeks ago when I went there, they had porters and stouts, and this time I couldn't find any porters. I couldn't find any stouts, which was amazing. So basically what they had was, you know, various pale ales and IPAs. So that's what I got. So anyway, the main topic of this week's video is all grain efficiency or lack of efficiency. Now, I don't use Beersmith. I use a very similar website called Brewer's Friend. Sorry. And on my last all grain, it was 10 pounds of American 2-row, a pound of maltodextrin malt, and a pound of Crystal 40 or Crystal 60. And I punched those into the recipe calculator with my hop additions, and the calculator told me my starting gravity should have been 1060 at 70% efficiency. What I ended up with was a starting gravity at 1042 for 50% efficiency. And honestly, I really don't know what happened. I don't know if it's my my brewing method, the procedures that I do. I don't know if because where I bought the grains, the grain mill wasn't set up right, and they undercrushed or they overcrushed the base malts. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I've got a 2-part all grain brewing video out on the internet, if you guys haven't seen that. But basically what I do is all of my all grain batches are structured around a 12-pound grain bill, and that makes it real easy. 12 pounds of grain, I got 3 gallons of strike water for the mash, and I have 3 gallons of sparge water. My target strike water temperature is 155 degrees. I always warm up the mash tun with some boiling water. I always warm up my mash tun with boiling water, and after I dough in, I mash for 90 minutes, and I fly sparge with a colander. And my sparge water is exactly 170 degrees, and I time it so it takes about 45 minutes to drain all the water out of the mash tun. So I've got 6 gallons of pre-boiled water. I boil it for 60 minutes exactly, and I mean, I cool it down and all that. So if anybody has any ideas after watching my videos, what I may or may be doing wrong, if you've got any tips, helpful hints, I'd greatly appreciate it. Even for somebody who doesn't all grain brew, 50% efficiency, yeah, that sucks. I mean, I'd be happy with 70%. I know some guys probably have 80 or 90% efficiency. Those guys with the big giant setups with the the pumps that recirculate the hose, the wart and the hoses that transfers everything around here and there. A couple of guys have like awesome all grain setups. Tony Yates for one. Time for another one. He's got actually like these big ass valves. Off tap brewing, right? Tiny's getting himself a really nice setup going on. So, well, like I said, if anybody's seen my videos and has any comments or hints that I can raise my efficiency, without buying all the the hoses and the pumps and whatnot, that would be greatly appreciated. Other than that, I really don't have a whole lot going on. And since my beers aren't ready, I'm still drinking the cheapo commercial stuff. It's really not bad. And I can't knock it, because since that's my brother's favorite beer, he keeps my fridge down in the bar stocked with a 30-pack like 24/7. At least he brings over at least a case every he brings over a case every week he stops by. But if it if it drops down lower, he'll bring more. Anyway, I don't want the video to be really long this week, guys. So as always, I hope your week this far has been good. I hope the rest of your week is even better. Take care of yourselves. Cheers. 17.